Greetings, everyone. This is I'm Right.
I'm right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
And I am Anthony Cordova.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Doing pretty good. I feel like really energized. I got so much stuff done today. It's insane. How are you feeling, Jill?
Not that.
Really?
Really. Which is a great segue into this week's segment, because this week we're talking about how we're feeling after a vacation. It's part of a segment that we call
Stand by Your Stance.
You just described feeling. I know we had a whole episode about resetting the button.
Yes.
And I did that.
So we need to
That's
examine.
why I'm not so energized.
I don't understand, Jill. I don't understand. I mean, all the listeners know I really do not like my job. But however, since our vacation, I've been great. It was like the week went by, it seemed like in one day. It just
really?
Boom,
it
gone.
Was that great?
Yeah, everything was good. Everything's good. My boss calls me up and says, "Hey, we really missed you when you're on vacation, so we're giving you a raise."
How many times does that happen to people? Like never.
So our vacation, and I think, sometimes we don't know how much we really need a vacation, or myself.
Oh, I knew. I knew I needed a vacation.
But I don't think ever in my life I felt this energized after a vacation. And we didn't do anything, strenuous. We didn't play tennis, which you would have gotten beaten if we had. But we didn't play tennis.
And I had a cute little tennis skirt, too, that I wanted to wear.
Did you wear it?
No.
Because you didn't want to get beat.
No, you told me not to bring the tennis racket. So that's why we didn't play.
But really on our vacation, we didn't really do anything. We walked the beach.
Yes, we walked a lot.
Did a lot of walking.
Like you complained about it after a little while.
We took videos for a project I'm working on.
Right. I did yoga.
You did yoga? I wrote
every day. I wrote too.
You did?
I worked on my project, a aspect of my project. Remember?
Yeah. No.
Well, I did.
I remember you doing yoga. I don't remember you. Yes, no, I remember.
Yes, because I was really excited about how the progress I made.
So, we didn't do anything special on this vacation that would make me
on purpose,
feel
like we didn't have an itinerary.
Right. Yeah, so we didn't do anything that would make it, something that was eye-opening. It's like it changed my life. But something about that vacation, I'm good now. I'm really good. You won't hear me complain about much at all. The state of mind I'm in now.
So you're still in that phase that happens right after you reset the button.
Yeah, my reset is lasting. It's still there. I feel great. I mean, I haven't gotten so much accomplished in such a short time, like at home on the weekend, as I have since, the vacation. I haven't I'm like the Energizer Bunny, just getting stuff done.
Well, I'm happy for you. I wish I had that same level of energy, but I'm tired again. Well, I feel like I need another vacation.
The vacation. I know a lot of people need a vacation from a vacation because.
Well, it wasn't like that though. Like the vacation didn't wear me out. I really did hit the reset button, and I was excited about things I was going to do that were crystallized in my mind while we were on vacation, right? But I think that's why I am exhausted, because I'm in this season of transition. So I've transitioned from what I was doing before the vacation to what I'm doing now, right?
But why does that make you tired?
Because anytime you do something new that's somewhat out of your comfort zone, it's exhausting. Anytime you start a new job, it's tiring. I didn't start a new job per se, but I did leave something behind, and I'm in a new phase of that.
Okay.
And so that's tiring. Plus, I was looking at my calendar the other day, and I attended so many meetings, like more meetings than I did like in months, all in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And meetings online are tiring to me. Well, meetings in person are tiring to me too. So, because I've always thought that some meetings could just be an email and I'm good. Like I don't have to sit there and listen.
So, your reset, the reset button that you say you have from a vacation.
Yes.
Did it malfunction? What's happening? Mine's working fine. What about yours? Why?
Well, our reset buttons were different. Yours was more of a mindset change. Mine was more of a professional change. Like I changed what I was doing. And until I'm in that comfort zone again, anytime you start something new, you're not really in your comfort zone yet, but you get there. And once you do, then it's not as exhausting.
Some people, when they start something new, they're like really excited that, oh, wow, I'm starting a new.
Don't get me wrong. I'm excited about this, but I'm still, it's not solidified yet.
This kind of confuses me.
It does?
Yeah, I wonder if the listeners have gone through something like this that you're going through. I'm really curious because I've had the case where, I need a vacation from the vacation because, you did just so much stuff, more stuff than you usually do, go on rides and, just a whole lot of stuff you don't usually do. So that
Right.
just wears you out. But
Right.
that wasn't the case this time.
No, we didn't have that kind of vacation.
So I know you're telling me it's because you are moving into doing something different now and developing that and all of that. And it makes you tired.
Right.
But I get energized when I start something new. I'm so excited when I start something new, especially if it's something I want to do.
Right.
So the problem is you don't want to do this other thing?
No, that's not true at all. No,
I'm baffled. I don't understand.
No, I'm very excited about this opportunity to do these different things. Looking at my schedule for next week, for example, I'm excited that I have all of those things. Those were things, everything that I have to do next week. I've been talking about doing for months.
Yeah, it's something that you wanted to do.
Something I wanted to do.
And you were excited about it.
I pitched it.
Yes.
And now it's coming to fruition.
Yeah.
Right? But then I started looking, I was like, oh my gosh, out of 8 days, I only have 1 day that's open for me. I'm not used to that. That exhausts me.
How were you feeling before you realized that?
I wasn't as overwhelmed. I think, part of me, I love to-do list. I know that sounds weird and rather nerdy.
Really?
But
Can I give you a to-do list?
Only if I'm able to actually do. You can't add to my to-do list. No.
Let me give you a to-do list.
Let me rephrase. I enjoy marking things off my to-do list. Okay. So I create the list. It's exciting to see this long list that I create, but it's just exhilarating when I can cross something off of it.
Yes, right? I make lists.
So I have been crossing things off, which excites me.
Yes.
And I know that means progress.
Yes.
If I can mark it off. But then when I see how much I have to do, like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. But then I think, oh, well, looking at my calendar, as soon as I get past such and such date, then I can move on to, there's another to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think I was tired. I think I actually needed a longer vacation because I had gone longer than you without having one.
Well, what you keep saying that, but
it's true.
The thing I went on wasn't like a big old vacation. It was
time away from work. That's my definition.
It was
of
a
vacation.
weekend, Jill.
It's still time away.
It was a weekend.
It was a long weekend.
I went fishing for a weekend, not a week.
It doesn't matter how long.
Sure, it does.
I had gone nowhere.
Most people.
I had gone nowhere.
I had taken you many. We had been many places. We would go walking around the lake. That's going like somewhere.
No, that's not the same. That's not the same as a vacation. That's not the same.
Well, my fishing trip was not a vacation. It was a weekend.
You got on a plane and you went somewhere. Oh, wait, and you didn't have to work while you were there.
I go somewhere every day. I leave the state every day.
But you're working. It's time away from work. It took me longer to do that than you.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay.
So I needed longer than you to recoup.
You need another vacation. That's what you're saying. You need another vacation.
I do.
So when you get this other vacation, then you're going to feel the way I do?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It depends on what's on the to-do list.
I think your theory is weak.
Excuse you?
I think your theory is weak.
What do you think the reason is then, if you don't agree with me?
Oh, I think you just overwhelmed yourself. That's what I think. Because you said you were doing okay. You were doing good until you looked at your to-do list. And then you felt
a lot of work.
But then you felt overwhelmed. But
it's a lot of work.
But while you were doing it and checking stuff off, you were great. Hey, I got stuff done. But then you looked at the total list, which may have had 50, 60 things on it.
No, and I never do lists that long. But no, I just looked at 1 week. I looked at next week and all the things I have to do. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I do have a problem. And maybe this is what you're saying. I do have a problem saying yes to things. I've gotten better.
Yeah, well, we've had that discussion before.
I've gotten better in saying no.
Yes, and so I don't think.
But the things that I've said yes to are things I have to do.
Yeah. I mean, you have gotten a lot better, but I still stay. I still say, I think you sometimes just overwhelm yourself because it is a lot.
It's a lot of work.
All of us, everybody, all our listeners, all of us, we actually do a whole lot more in a day or in a week than we realize. If we started writing down everything that we've done, we would see, oh my gosh, I'm running around like I'm crazy. But you may not be tired from it or anything else. But when you see that list of all of the things you've done and the list of all of the things you
still have to
do, it can be kind of overwhelming.
Yes.
But if you just take it in little segments.
Well, that is how I break things down. That's why there is so much on my list for next week. I broke it down.
You shouldn't have skipped ahead to the end of the book. That's what happened.
No, I never
That's
do
what
that.
you did with your list. You make your list and then you break it up into segments and don't look at what's way in the future on your list. And way in the future might be the next day or 2 days away.
Right.
But just go down your list. Today I'm doing this. Bing, 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 done.
I did that.
Don't worry about the next day. You've already written it down. You'll know. And don't look a week ahead of all the things you have to do. That is overwhelming. That can be overwhelming.
Well, the reason I had to look ahead is because the things that I've been gearing up to do since our vacation is taking place next week. So I had to look ahead. And like, okay, so I have to be ready by next week. What do I have to do to be ready? And then it's like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of work. I'll get it done.
You will get it done.
I always get it done.
You always get it done. And it's not Jill, it's I keep repeating myself. Just chill, relax, take it easy. It's not a problem. Just like you said, you always get it done.
I always get it done.
You always get it done. So it's not too much for you to do. It's not overwhelming. You always get it done.
But here's the thing. I will not say I'm old. But
absolutely, you will not say you're old.
I will not say that.
Listeners, last night, Jill told me, Jill said to me, you can say I'm slow. You can say I'm short. You can say I can't run fast. But don't say I'm old.
I meant that too. I meant it. Okay, so I will not call myself old. However, as I get older.
As we all do, Jill, if you didn't know.
I'm saying the change in me as I get older, sweetheart.
I don't know if you have accepted that you get older too.
I do get older, but I'm still not old. So the rest of the sentence is, as I get older, I want more time and space for doing nothing if that's what I want to do. Or for doing whatever it is I want to do.
I understand and I agree with you.
So when I get overwhelmed, it's usually because, oh my gosh, I've got to do this and this and this and this for someone else.
Yeah, maybe you should take a vacation.
Which is still helping me. There are things I like to do for other people. Don't get me wrong. I like to do things for other people. I do. And I know that our purpose is to help others some way, somehow, using our gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying that sometimes I just want to spend my day reading a book. I'm sure I'm not the only one.
No, you are not the only one. And I've been in this, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm still working 5 and 6 days a week and working 14, 16, 18 hours a day. But I had a vacation and I feel recharged. So I'm good.
Yes.
I'm good. You must not have been on the same vacation I was on.
I was.
You must not have been there.
I was. You saw me. I was there. But sometimes I think also the more I meditate, because, I'm getting more and more into meditation, doing it more and more, along with yoga.
Mm-hmm.
And I love being still. Just being still and in my own thoughts.
Still.
So when you have that to-do list, hanging over you, like, oh, but hello, you still need to do this, then it takes away from that. So
how often do you look at that to-do list in a day?
Twice.
Just
I
twice?
look at, so after, so this is my, what I found gets me through each day. When I first get up, I meditate first. And then after I get dressed, I look at my to-do list. See what's on tap for today.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do whatever's on tap for today. And then just before I get in the bed, I look at the to-do list for tomorrow.
Oh.
So that I have it in my head, how early I need to get up, what I need to do when I get up. That works for me most of the time. But as you said, the problem was when I looked at more than one day. The problem was when I looked at the week ahead.
Maybe one of the problems is that you look at that to-do list before you go to bed.
That hasn't been a problem.
I think it has.
It totally.
I think it has been a problem.
Sets my schedule for the next day.
I don't think it does.
It does.
I think it makes you anxious and gives you anxiety, so you don't sleep at night. And then your Fitbit tells you only slept 2 hours last night.
I know.
And I wonder
Fitbit
why.
Tells me
I wonder why. Why were you so restless? Why did you only sleep 2 hours? Because you read that list before you went to bed.
That wasn't the last thing I did before I went to bed.
Doesn't matter whether it was the last thing. If you did it shortly before you went to bed, it's on your mind. You're thinking about all the stuff you have to do.
That's true. Okay, so tonight, see, I'm listening to you.
Thanks. Sometimes I can be right.
I was going to say, and you may be right about that. So starting tonight, I won't look at it.
Cool. Audience. Did you see how I did that? You see how I did that, audience? They knew I was getting to that. They knew it. They knew I was getting to that. They knew. They knew it. They knew.
So now you're like Iyanla. You're gonna fix my life.
No, I'm just little tricks to help you with this overwhelming feel that you have and sleep better at night.
You don't sleep well.
I may be an insomniac, but
I might be too.
But it's not because I'm thinking of my grandmother was insomniac.
I might be too. Because I can go to sleep, no problem, as you know. Yeah. Like you'll often say, oh, you're going to go to sleep before I am. I'm like, why? Because I'm wide awake. And then soon after, I'm asleep. So I can get to sleep easily. So maybe I'm not an insomniac. But the problem is I'll wake up.
You have all this stuff.
I wake up like every hour.
Yeah, because that stuff is on your mind. See, before you go to sleep, Jill, and I'm sure this is like for many people, like, if you watch a movie that is scary, or if you watch like a really good drama even, or something that has a thriller, but it's really good, it kind of messes up your sleep.
Yeah, it does. Because I often have dreams about people that were in whatever we watched. Or things or circumstances.
Correct. So no more.
So yes, I do absorb things before I go to bed. No more
reading that to-do list before you go to bed.
All right, I'll go back to reading books before I go to bed. That's what I do.
Great.
The problem is I've been reading really good books, so they keep me awake. Because I keep wanting to read.
All righty.
Well, thanks, sweetheart.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
But I do think for our listeners, I think everybody, especially after, the pandemic is actually there's still a pandemic. But as we get better at, being able to go out again, I think everybody feels like they need a break from whatever their circumstance was, because more people stayed at home and maybe they don't like everybody in their household, or maybe, whatever the situation was, a lot of people need a break. So I think I used that time wisely when we were on our break.
Yeah.
But there are things you need to take care of when you come back home.
This is true.
So let's get to our second segment that we call
Give It a Rest and a Resolution.
Conclusion, resolution.
Well, if a person goes on vacation and they come back and they are, seems like the vacation didn't help them much afterwards. It was good while they were on it. That person needs to take a closer look at what they are actually doing on a day-to-day basis to figure out what is it that's making them feel that way. In your case, anxious or overwhelmed, helpless. You may feel helpless. Just, take some time and sit. And if you meditate about it, and you will get an answer.
That's great advice. So that's your conclusion resolution, or that's your advice?
Well, it's a little bit of both, I think.
Okay. Okay. Well, my conclusion is that everybody needs a vacation. I've never understood people who get paid time off and they don't use it. Yeah. I've never understood that, because we all need to take time off and, take time to reset. But to your point, when you get back home, don't resume. If your life was hectic and chaotic and you were feeling overwhelmed and anxious before the vacation, don't come back home and be that same person. Make changes.
Oh, that's really good.
Well, it's what you said too, just different words.
You're the smartest woman I know.
Oh my gosh.
Jill. You're the smartest woman I know.
No, I'm not. Stop it. Well, let's get to our third segment that we call
I'm trying to help you.
You have more advice?
Well, you gave such good advice and things. I think you have it covered, but just to reiterate, if you do go on vacation, like Jill says, and you come back and you're kind of miserable again, you're back. And when you go on vacation, I think you should take some time and sit and think about what are you going to do different when you come back from vacation. Because if you don't change anything, nothing will change.
That is correct. And to that point, many people do not like change.
That's true.
We know many people who do not like change.
Well, for people that don't like change, they shouldn't ask for it.
True. But my advice about that is that nothing is permanent.
That's right. Nothing stays the same.
So it's going to be changed regardless of whether you want it or not.
That's a big one. We could have a whole episode on America. Things change. America, listen.
Yes, absolutely.
Nothing remains the same.
Nothing remains the same.
Get ready.
Yes. So if you're one of the people like, oh, I don't like change, accept that there will be change.
Yeah, sure.
And it's always better if you control the things you can, to put that in your favor. If it's, if you're, we can only control our own actions, not somebody else's. So, I like change. It's just sometimes overwhelming when you're going through it.
Okay. That's cool.
Well, let's get to our last segment that we call.
So, what do you think? What do you think?
Because I'm right.
Because I'm right.
Phone number?
404-594-2247.
Yes. I would love to hear from our listeners, not only about this, but, maybe they have some advice for us.
That would be nice.
Or for me, since I'm the one that was overwhelmed.
Yes, please. However you decide to communicate with Jill.
Yes.
Please do.
Yes.
And listeners, I miss all of you. I haven't seen you all in quite some time. And I miss that. So
I miss that too.
Hopefully sometime in the future we can see them face to face again.
That would be fun.
It would be fantastic.
Well, that's it for this segment or this episode. So you've been listening to I'm Right.
And I'm right too.
I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Shout out to Gifford Ivan Cordova III for the music, Nick Dinky for the art. and to you too, listeners. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We love you all. Bye.